this world, if you're surrounded by hardships, remind yourself that the path to jannah is not easy. Whenever you're in trouble, whenever you're in pain, remind yourself that path to jannah is not easy. And even in the day of resurrection, the day of judgment, it's going to be a tough reckoning. But when you do reach jannah, how is it going to be like? We're describing jannah today. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Inna ashab al-jannati yawm fi shughulin faqihun. Indeed, the companions of paradise that day. In fact, the English translation says that day, but in Arabic, al-yawma means, Arabic students? Today. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, yes, that's very right. Al-yawma means today. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants you to experience the feeling of paradise today. Because you know, when you will feel it, only then you're going to strive towards it, right? So you have to live in this world as if you were to live in Jannah. You know, you have to taste Jannah here to achieve Jannah there. Fi shughulin faqihun. Be amused in joyful occupation. You know, shughul, the word shughul it's like party time. In Jannah, it's full-time party time. No work, no hard work. You've got to do nothing. You just sit back, relax, that's it. But that doesn't mean you party today. The hard work you do today, you remind yourself that day I will be, my hard work today is going to pay me off there, right? So if you're in hardship, if you're having to go through extra struggle, extra misery, remind yourself that Allah, against this patience, against this grief, against this sorrow, against this trouble, I'm going to be rewarded the highest levels in Jannah. And then, like our brother said, purest of spouses. I think there is a lot of mention about spouses because, you know, when you party a lot, what happens? You might be surrounded by a lot of people, but then there is this loneliness, the shadow of loneliness that comes. You could be surrounded by 100 people and still be lonely. It's the closest to you. You know, the spouses are described in the Quran as your garments. They're as close to you as the garments, right? And the spouses in Jannah are not going to be spouses like in this world, you know, where you get just, they're going to be very pure. And you know, in shades, reclining in adorned couches. Like I said, you're just going to be relaxing, not doing anything, no work. There's mention of shade here, and somebody mentioned trees and gardens. Can somebody tell me what is a shade in Jannah like? How? Again, it's beyond description, but it is described that the shade of a tree, I mean, this is just an earthly tree, but imagine shades, lush green shades, and one tree extending as far as if a horse rider were to ride, it would take thousands of years for the shade of that tree to end. It would be that it's almost like infinite. And then there's a lot of mention of fruits. لَهُمْ فِيهَا فَاكِهَةٌ وَلَهُمْ مَا يَدَّعُونَ. And for them there isn't fruit. And fakiha doesn't just mean the fruits we eat. It is encompassing of every possible best kind of food you can imagine. And of course the best kinds of the foods are the fruits. This last part of this verse is very significant. وَلَهُمْ مَا يَدَّعُونَ. Whatever you wish, absolutely anything and everything you say, it's going to be there. You know, you wouldn't even have to raise your finger. It is described that even the fruits, you know, it's like you're sitting and the fruit is over there on the table. You have to go pick up the fruit and eat it if you don't have anyone around you to get it for you. But in Jannah, you know, all you have to do is wish and the fruit will come to you. This description is in the Quran, that the fruits will be lowered in their mouths. That's the level of comfort in Jannah. And this is just fruits I'm describing. And the most significant, like I said, وَلَهُمْ مَا يَدَّعُونَ. You want to fly, you'll be made to fly. You know, the imagination goes endless. Anything you wish for, anything and everything. Even there's a hadith which talks about that if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala were to grant every human being with everything he or she wishes for, it wouldn't make his creation any less than a drop in the ocean. You know, that's how infinite his creation is. He has so much to give, and that is why it is said that make endless dua. You know, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has so much to give. Even if He gives entire mankind from day one to day end, it wouldn't reduce his quota of blessings. And the last thing, Salamun qawlan min Rabbir Rahim. And peace, you know, the greeting of peace is salam. And where is the salam going to come from? Min Rabbir Rahim. It's going to come to you directly from the Lord. The Lord is going to be in conversation. He is going to be sending peace and blessings. And what more do we want than, what more could we wish for than peace? Have peace of mind, peace of heart. Anything, we are so stressed. I'm sure everyone sitting right here in this room is stressed with homeworks, assignments, deliverables, projects, presentations, exams. Our life is full of stress. In Jannah, there's only going to be peace. At this point, I want to show you, I have two things to show you. The first of these is this poem. I didn't want to do a lot of talking today, so maybe some of you have seen it, but I really love this one.
Imagine this, eternal bliss, your every wish at your fingertips, and more. Perched on a throne near a stream, so serene and exquisite a scene you've never seen, yet you still dream of more. Gone is pain, gone is fear, gone is grief, gone are tears. Idle speech you shall never hear, and the prophets make up your social sphere, and more. The martyrs righteous and the truthful too, you are from them and they from you. They held tightly to what they knew was true, and to join them you did too. There's more. Maidens chased to restrain their gaze, lost in a glance for days and days. Fun and frolic as a child plays, where the breath that leaves your lips is praise of the one who gave you more. Imagine you and your father with ages the same. Imagine showing off your book with no shame. Imagine nights with the Sahaba, their stories to entertain. Imagine Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam knowing your name. What could be there more? Gardens underneath which rivers flow, a goal so far and yet so close, a journey worth taking for those who know. Tell me, do you not wish to go for more? For all the bounties and all the grace, all the sights and the smells and the tastes will be forgotten without a trace, as if frozen in time and space when you see His face. What an excellent master of a miserable slave. You forgot and He forgave. He gave you guidance and you still strayed. You asked for mercy. That He gave, and more, and more, and more.
So I'm gonna, there's a really good talk by Sheikh Muhammad al-Sharif where he talks about the taste of Jannah, the ambience in Jannah, the shade in Jannah. I want to ask you this last question. What is the one, if you were to walk out of this room and pray for one thing for the rest of your life, which is the greatest blessing in Jannah. So there is Jannah, and there's the greatest of blessing in Jannah. What would you pray for?
Family.
So it is the greatest possible reward imaginable in Jannah, within Jannah. You see it? For years I did not have this concept. And when I